Yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
That's the stuff that we've got to do here soon. Tammy helps me do mine, and it's the same every time.
Mm.
So,
Okay, can I have it, please? Well, let me go get my earphones and I can plug those in at least.
Let that go for a while. You leave them gophers alone. They're moles. Have you said anything?
Well, it's not like you could be. It's not like you won't be on camera. So.
Trying to fix it to like easy. Well, okay, thanks.
And that new show, Days of the Week.
Oh, well, I'll change it. I'll change it.
We're good. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get started here. Welcome to our open enrollment meeting. Thanks for those that did come and those watching us live. Not a whole lot of changes this year, which was a really great year to have not a whole lot of changes. So that's a great thing. First of all, our open enrollment dates are, we're going to go live Friday. We'll send some emails out. We got some testing this week to make sure we get done ahead of time. But that's where we're scheduled to start Friday. That way people can see it, have a free weekend that's not a Thanksgiving holiday weekend to actually think through those things. You'll have those 3 days the next week, the extended holiday weekend, and then the 30th is the Tuesday following Thanksgiving. So kind of just like previous years, we'll do a pretty hard shut off there to make benefits enrollment. We will be kind of hounding people, especially those last couple of days. So hopefully we can get as many people as possible signed up for benefits before Thanksgiving. So not a whole lot of changes, so feel free to ask questions at any time. If anybody watching remotely or after the fact has questions, don't hesitate to email or call. So list of the benefits that we have in place, 0 changes with providers this year. So easy from that point. The Humana health plan change, no changes here. The change from last year, the co-insurance to 80%. Everything else stays the same. Here is our loss ratio. I know we've been showing this the last few years. We had 105.1 there in the bottom right. So not a great year as far as claims compared to premium. We ended up facing a lot of words on this slide, but the first sentence we'll kind of handle is one. Originally, we were given a 17.5% proposed increase. The thing that we do very well as a group, we should all be proud of, is our participation in wellness. We get that from McGowan and Humana, always kind of comment that we are a strong group as far as that goes. So we got a 9% buy down. That with a little bit of goodwill got us down to 6.94%. So actually that's the only change in the entire benefits package. The health insurance premium is going up 6.94%. The rest of this kind of lays out, we could get a benefit of up to a 12% buy down with our wellness. That's kind of what it's talking about there towards the bottom. Really here in the middle, That's probably a 10% would be a really great goal for us. There's lots of us do greats on wellness. There's pockets of us that that don't, and so always encourage any of your coworkers to do it. We've the last few years made some initiatives to try to kind of lay down, set some plans down, get people going. So get a Fitbit on and get going with the Go 365 app. It's pretty easy. We'll circle back a little bit of this at the end. There's a lot of great rewards for those that participate in the wellness program that you kind of get directly from Humana. So here are next year's rates. So there's the non-tobacco, the tobacco rates, then the monthly city costs, and then the annual costs. So the annual city cost, and that's before we would make auto funding or wellness funding to HSAs, is $23,455. So quite a bit of money there for a family. HSAs, I'm not sure we had much on this in the past. If you're on the city plan, you're likely eligible for an HSA. If you are also Medicare, or if you can be claimed as a dependent, we have had a couple of circumstances of that over the last few years. And if you're on a spouse's insurance as co-insurance, which is rare, but there's usually one or two on the plan that are, you may or may not be eligible for the HSA. So be sure to reach out to us and discuss that, because we'll have to discuss what to do with auto funding or wellness alike. So HSAs are a great benefit, a great way to save for medical expenses. We're obviously always going to face more and more medical expenses rolling forward. And the HSA is a great way to save up for that. And once you reach 55 years old, you have the ability to put in the extra $1,000. The 2022 IRS maximums are up there on the screen. Those are numbers that I never bother to memorize because they always change. So I always Google those myself. So.
Do you recommend, is that the same as last year?
No, there's a little bit of increase. It's like a
It was
$50 single.
$7,200.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they've been dialing up by 50-ish for the last 6 or 7 years. So, and I think one year we even had the odd mid-year increase, which is, I think that only happened one time, but thank goodness. So, as far as current 2021 goes, we will probably here in the next day or two get the final wellness levels out of Go 365, and we will do those calculations, and we'll be making the distributions of the last anybody that reached gold or silver here in the last third of the year. We'll distribute that money here very shortly. Hopefully get that out the door this week, so that'll start to show up next week, although that gets hard to deliver with the holidays, but that is our goal. We like to give a good 2 weeks after October to make sure everything that you submitted through Go 365 clears. Yeah.
Your contributions, those 2022 contributions, is that based on a 24 or 26?
It is based on a 24. The HSAs are kind of just like your other benefit withholdings. They're based on twice a month. So, and I don't think we cover this elsewhere. That's one to, make sure you hit the calculator when you go through the Infinity /Acoro. When you go through the HSA, the HSA is an easy one to mess up because a lot of people end up putting what they want per pay in there as an annual amount. And so it'll spit out, and the next thing you know, you're kind of having like $5 or $7 withheld from your paycheck. So that's we end up with 3 or 4 people a year that we kind of that we'll start to catch over those first couple pay periods and say, hey, this, you're only going to get $12 withheld this year. Is that what you were wanting? So that's a good one to look for. It can be confusing. I do understand that. So when you get all of that benefit statement at the end, basically your receipt that says I enrolled for benefits, that's a good one to double check right there. So any questions about the HSAs? And then you get lots of tax forms the next year on those. But we have a few slides here, basically just on the Humana plan and the benefits there, that you have there, the ability of things you're able to do online. The member portal. Easy ways to find doctors. So not a change in providers this year, so we won't have to worry about that. At least, everybody making new changes. Your pharmacy options. And then doctor on demand. I know I've heard of a couple of stories where that didn't work out. I've heard a dozen stories where that was a really awesome benefit to have and worked out really well, especially folks on vacation. So always keep that in mind that you have that availability. The opt-out program, we will work the same. It'll have that same formula-based calculation for the benefit. Taylor's here if anybody has questions, or Taylor, you're welcome to step up if you wanted to as well, but you don't have to. But yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I'll be really quick. So yeah, good to see everybody again. It's always fun to get to see old friends here. This is now our 8th year. So I feel like I do know pretty much everyone here pretty well, though I see maybe a few new faces I haven't had a chance to talk to. But like Scott said, I'm here. I'm happy to help anybody that wants to look at other options outside the city's plan. Been tons of work, and this really is an awesome plan. I work with other employers, and this really is a great option. But people have other paths sometimes. And so if that's the case, the opt-out program is another avenue for the city to, help you and your family the best way they can. So if you're in the opt-out today, we'll want to touch base and just kind of update and figure out what's the path for 22. If you have any questions on insurance options at all, or just haven't had a chance to talk to me, I'd love to catch up and see if there's anything I can do to help. So look forward to seeing everybody over the next few weeks.
Oh, sorry. You weren't even... Yeah, that's all right. All right. So yeah, feel free to go ahead and reach out to Taylor, get those things scheduled. As far as the tobacco, non-tobacco, we will continue to do the affidavit. I believe that's baked into the Infinity Acoro screens that you'll select that yes, I am a smoker, or no, I'm not. So we're not going to go back to the wonderful saliva test that we enjoyed 3 or 4 years ago. So. Vision plan, we stuck with Emeritus, and the rates should be exactly what they were this year. I'm sorry, this is the dental. So, but Emeritus for dental. And there's kind of the details. And your options are whether you stick with the core plan or the buy up for the extra orthodontia. We stuck with Emeritus for the vision plan. I know a lot of the sentiment I think we've felt over the years, and please correct us if we're getting the wrong idea, but is that everybody really loves the vision options, mostly just because the 2 most popular kind of vision concepts or plans out there is the big box iMed, which gets you all those places at the mall or around the mall kind of thing, or VSP, which is a really robust, strong local eye doctor network. So you have to make your choice and lock in your choice, but you have 2 of the more popular options out there. You get to choose at the same price. So folks really seem to like that. Everybody seems to be happy. And there's the rates for that. Again, no change. And I need to go to the eye doctor myself before the end of the year and get my contacts ordered. But so I need to find time to do that. So And there's kind of the details of that. You'll get the slides. The slides that are in, they'll be in Infinity/Acoro. I know a lot of us remember it as Infinity because that's what it was when we started using it 6-7 years ago. Or, I'm sorry, 4 or 5 years ago. And it has kind of recently changed to Acora. So I am saying both because I kind of feel some of us we all might know it by a different name there. But it's the same system we've been on for several years now. But the slides will be in there for reference as well. The standard life insurance, we've really been, Standard's been a great partner with us. It's one I think everybody's really appreciated. There's the line of duty benefit that we have. Standard's the only one that really offers that for our police, fire, and public work employees. So we will be continuing with the standard. Supplemental life is the same thing. Always one of the more difficult parts of open enrollment because this is the one piece where you do make a selection on Infinity, but you'll have more work to do with if you're required to have an evidence of insurability. So we have a fair amount of folks that every year sign up for some and don't get that EOI completed. So when you are signing up for the insurance, the important thing you'll need to know is this policy number right here. So if you're going to sign up for life insurance, that's an important number that's going to pop back up. Correct. If you're not making any changes with the standard, it would roll over or you would make that selection and roll over the same. You don't have to do the evidence of insurability if you're maintaining your coverage. That's a better way to say that. Thanks. Yeah. Any questions on anything else on this? Long-term disability insurance, a really nice benefit to have. There's some details on that, and again, that same policy number there again. Our AFLAC, which is one that's mostly signed up for outside of Infinity. We don't really have a great way to do the enrollment for that benefit. Most of that's through Bob. Bob, you're welcome to come up and say a few words if you like. As far as the camera goes, it's anywhere through here, so you're welcome. Yeah.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. And I'm Bob Luther. I'm with AFLAC. I've been with the company for 21 years and probably with the city of Sharonville here, 20 years of that part of it. I enjoy the working relationship. So the only thing I really want to tell people is if you have the programs and you forgot what you have, call me and ask me. I'll re-educate you about all that part of it. But the reason I say that is because there is no time limit for filing for claims or wellness benefits. So if there's money that AFLAC would owe you, let's find out together and get you taken care of. If you're new and you've never learned about the benefits, give me a call or, email me. I actually live 2 miles away from the city in Evendale, so I'd be glad to come over and meet with you at work or, some other place, and we can discuss what AFLAC's about and how it can benefit you. With that being said, I turn it back over to you.
All right. So then the enrollment process, we will send an email out, probably a couple of emails late this week. One will probably come from me telling you that you're going to receive the email through Infinity and to be expecting it. So if you don't see that second email, it'll be really important to reach out. And then, like I said, the plan is to go live on Friday. If you forget your username and password, I think when you click on the link, there's a really quick and easy way. It's easier than us setting you a new password. Is a really good way to go through and get your password reset there. So just a little bit of house cleaning then, housekeeping, wellness program. We're getting ready to pay those out here again. And so we'll do auto funding in January and then again in July. And then we'll do the 3 wellness payments through the year. Same calendar as this year. So, yeah.
Can you explain what that, I didn't understand any of that.
Okay. So if you participate, if you're on the city's plan, you do not opt out. We make 2 types of payments to HSAs. If you're single, if you're on the plan as single, we give you $500. We give you $250 in January and another $250 in July. If you're on the family as more than one, we give you $500 in January, $500 in July. And then there are, for the Go 365, which was what we'll go into through here afterwards, you get payments for silver and gold, just like the Christmas song. And it is $500 and $1,000 for silver and gold for single. And for more than one, it is $1,000 and $2,000. So there's a really big carrot there to get that kind of money socked away in your HSA to face, you know, your deductibles, and then also kind of, you know, saving for the future, hopefully as well. And we pay those out 3 times a year. If you're on, correct, yes. I'm sorry. It is an additional $1,000 if you're silver, $2,000 if you're gold. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, yeah. So does that make sense? Yeah. So quite a bit of money that we provide to the HSA. We try to encourage everybody, and a good reason I think why we have so much HSA participation. And really, we're kind of proud as a city. We had a similar but different wellness program before Go 365, a whole lot more manual, and we had great participation in that as well. So just a little bit about Go 365. This kind of explains the points needed. At the bottom, it talks about the always popular penalty for adult children. So really important to get off to those silver and gold plateaus. Everybody seems to like the app. The app seems to work really, really well. You know, get it sunk up with a Fitbit or a Garmin, and points come rather easily. There's the challenges for a lot of walking fitness challenges that go live. So the first of every month, because I think you're limited on how many of those you can do per month. It's always great to go out and kind of look and see if there's something new to sign up for.
I just checked the app, and just a reminder for people who may have a lot of points saved that there are some points that expire at the end of the year if you don't use them. So definitely. So you're at 3. It's at the end of 3 years.
Okay. Yeah.
So definitely check your app to see if you have points. For example, I just checked mine and I have 5,589 bucks that are expiring at the end of this year, which I think if I do the math is basically $5 worth or whatever. I have a lot more total points, but some do expire every year.
Yeah, that was good to think about. I had not thought about that in quite a while. Yeah, Jim was pointing out that your points that you earn on Go 365, they can be substantial, especially if you're getting gold or platinum, and they expire after 3 years. So important to kind of. Yeah. I'm sorry. The Go 365 bucks And this will make a little bit more sense on a slide here in a minute or two. Not that exact point, but yeah. So your Go 365 points, bucks, which are yours, your winnings, they do expire. So it's a good time to kind of be checking those before year end. I would also say I do 99% of my activity with Go 365 on the app, but occasionally there's stuff that works better online. So logging in, checking things like the status of those bucks might be a good thing. Anytime you submit a dentist or vision, I think sometimes that works better online. Yeah. There's a lot of easy ways to earn points. So we're always happy to sit down with anybody that's having trouble or a little bit intimidated by how to get to silver or gold. The health assessment each year is a great one. The biometrics that we do earn lots of points towards wellness and really add up. This is mostly about the biometrics. Yeah, you have a
I
question.
have a text from Dana. I guess she's trying to watch it live. She says she's been waiting for somebody to let them in on Zoom.
Okay. All right. Sorry for anybody that was having trouble getting in on Zoom. It will be available to be rewatched, the recorded episode. So we will make sure that Josh and I will make sure we get that out. There were no major changes other than health insurance is up 6.9%. So we'll kind of keep moving on. Don't hesitate to email or call if you have any questions. Or can watch the recorded video. This screen mostly goes through the biometrics, and other places you can get those done if you have trouble getting it done while we have it on site. A little bit more about the biometrics.
I guess I just got an email too, and they said the YouTube link, so it's the live feed. So people are watching on YouTube too.
Okay. Extra points can be if you verify a workout. I noticed Fitbit made a major improvement in 2021. I know all of us are wearing Fitbits. We're glad to see. Garmin always got performance enhancing points, I felt like, because they would sort of not only give you credit for the steps, but, if your heart rate got elevated, Garmin went bonkers with awarding points. And Fitbit is on a little bit more of an even platform now. So it gives a lot of extra bonus workout points now as well. So I can't stress it enough. Getting a Garmin or Fitbit is really crucial in the program. Lots of personalized activities and different ways to engage. Your different flu shots and other dental vision exams. Easy way to get points. And then your Go 365 bucks. This is kind of a little bit of a summary of where you can spend those on. I know I bought my oldest daughter a Garmin for Christmas year before last. So a lot of cool things you can get on there, whether it's fitness devices. Actually, a little bit more than a good year, and you're well on the way to getting a Trek bike. So it's pretty cool, and a lot of good things you can get there. McGowan's always there to help us. Any issues with benefits in general throughout the year. So don't be afraid to reach out to them with pharmacy, billing questions, any kind of coordination, things that aren't working well with your benefits. They're here to help us. Thank you. A program that they use for retirees and signing up for Medicare. No, and we've also had over the years a lot of people that are on their way out the last year or two, working with Taylor that have a good experience of bridging what that's going to be, especially those that are getting ready to reach that Medicare age. It's always good to touch base with him as you approach a Medicare age or a retirement age. And that's it. Any other questions here?
I had a question. I've got a kid that's turning 26. So how does that work? His birthday's in September, so obviously he can be on my plan until then. What happens then?
I have well, they will be turned. Will he be termed out in September or?
Yeah, and then he needs to get his own insurance.
Yeah. So the question is, if a dependent is turning 26 during the year, what's going to happen? And so a lot of the times, Humana will turn them out at that time in that month that they turn 26, and he'll be need to get his own coverage at that point.
Yeah, he should have to.
So.
As you mentioned, that's a great spot. I love that help a lot of people kind of navigate that. So,
I mean, he's employed, so
so
he can sign up for his own insurance.
Right.
yeah, you might have an easy path, but if people
Right.
have something for an employer, there are other options.
Yeah. Taylor can help out on some of those. And we've actually had some of those the other way, where we've had actually some younger new hire employees on a parent's plan. And we've actually got different answers, which it's their plan. We can get different answers, but we had somebody 2 years ago that turned 26 in the middle or early in the year, and they kept them on the plan the entire year, which was a little bit unexpected. Mhm. So yeah, we believe in some recent experience from Humana that would, if they are enrolled on the plan for next year and they turn 26, they'll be termed the month they turn 26. So.
So, yeah, I would say it's good to understand whenever that date is, whenever that happens, you will qualify to jump onto this plan whenever. And so, if you're coming onto this plan, happy to still talk with you, but we'll probably bring you back to Scott, HR team.
Yeah. Right.
When you turn that age, what Taylor was saying, it's a qualifying event, so it opens up a special enrollment period for you, but you need to do it within 30 days. So like if you would get married or divorced, that's a special enrollment period. So if you're turning 26 in March, you should be working on that so that you have it probably April 1st.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Right.
Before or after.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So is that the rule that the aging out is a qualifying event?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
that's across the-
Yeah. Correct.
His employer.
Right. Right.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. If you lose that coverage elsewhere, you're welcome back on to the family plan. So you reach out to us ahead of time and we can get you on. Yeah. And then, like I said, there's a small chance that they won't term you out for the whole year and you would be allowed to stay. That's a possibility as well. It's their plan. They can decide that.
Will these handout slides be made available?
Yeah, we will make sure we get the slides out. They'll definitely be in Infinity for you to access as a resource. But I think we'll email them out as well.
Dana says she can now see this, but I guess whatever it is you're sharing is blurry. You're clear, but the slides are blurry.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll make sure we get those out.
So then when my kid ages out, my premium go down now?
If that drops you down from whether it's family or employee child, so if you drop from family to employee child, or I'm sorry, If you drop from family to employee spouse, then at that time, then those rates that were back there in the early slide, you would fall down to those rates that next month. Yeah. 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 Anything else? All great questions. Yeah, I know Jean is here. She's kind of making the rounds here with Sharon's retirement taking over. So she's here to kind of say hi, introduce herself.
Hi there, I'm Gina Good. I just want to introduce myself. I'm payroll and benefits. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I'm happy to help, and make sure once you enroll for benefits, make sure you check your pay stubs, especially at the beginning of the year, to make sure everything's correct. So if you have any questions, let me know. Happy to help. And I'm in the city building right by Scott. So let me know.
All right, go ahead. All right. Unless there's anything else, that kind of wraps it up. All right. Thank you very much.